maybe the best Solitude deck or a bunch of unique Solitude decks in the format. Oh, I guess let me pause for our chest cold open. Salutations, Spikelings. It's my pleasure to see you all again. I'm most dignified and polite host, Aspiring Spike. Welcome to my Shark Typhoon. Today we're going to have a classy soiree in Modern, and with incredibly classy lady, the Troll of Khazad-dm. Can we persist in our winning ways to gather more well-deserved trophies, or will our opponents be granted a reprieve? Good use, good job, of chest. From their inevitable demise. Stick around to find out. Remember to like, sub, follow, gift bits, etc. Thank you, Chess. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Reginald, Fudge and Awesome, Falling Stever for the 20 months, 10 months, and 16 months. Very interested in working on decks with Solitude. The best decks in the format are Yawgmoth and Rhinos, which Solitude Ephemerate is really good against both of those strategies. Very good against Rakdos. Also very good against Titan. These are kind of like the 4 decks to beat. Solitude Ephemerate is a very good plan against all of these decks, and finding the best deck to be doing this is, I think, something worth working on at the moment. I like the Just Sky Wizards deck we've played. I like the Espergorios deck we've played, but I kind of was trying to figure out, like, returning to the Black-White Scam deck. So I guess I can kind of show you, like, where I was really starting was with kind of our old Black-White Scam list that we were playing like right after Fury got banned. Also something we were playing like kind of in the Lord of the Rings era, like a Black-White control deck with Ring Shieldred. But I was like, really wanting to try to find a way to play Persist as like extra scam cards, where like being able to go like Evoke Grief, Evoke Solitude, Persist it, then Ephemerate it later feels like a great way to like complement this plan. You have 4 Ephemerates, 4 Persist, 4 Solitude, 4 Grief, alongside Troll of Khazad-dm to be like fast pressure alongside Persist, giving you kind of like a different angle of attack, which I think is pretty interesting. And I was kind of unhappy with the mana curve with Shielded Ring. Having all of these 4 drops was something that I thought was pretty clunky. And so I was looking at kind of different ways to lower the mana curve, and like what I was trying to like look at like Anointed Peacekeeper builds. I was trying to like look at Mardu builds, a Trumpeting Carnosaur. But I ended up wanting to try this, which is, you know, it's basically the Esper Persist Archon deck with no looters and no Archon. But you kind of just don't need those cards, I feel, where you have Troll of Khazad-dm to close out games if you feel like you need a big beater. And it's always the case that, like, drawing Archon, drawing these looters, spending your turns looting, running your Persist, like, going into turn looting, untap Persist into counterspell is always so backbreaking. And you would also, like, win a lot of games with the deck just because you're scamming your Griefs and Solitudes, because you're Mulldrifting, Ephemerating, just kind of going way over the top. And so when you're cutting like the Archon package there, you get to play more interaction and like Bowmasters, Reprieve, Leyline Binding. You get to be much lower to the ground. This deck is also, what I love about this Reanimator Persist deck is you're not that weak to Graveyard Hate either. Graveyard Hate is also just turns off 4 cards in your deck instead of like shutting down your Archons and shutting off your looters and stuff. Pretty interested in it, and it's been feeling pretty good in testing so far. Very much a first draft, but I feel like the list is looking pretty clean. I know it's definitely a weird one, but it's also true, like, when you're building, like, these black-white based scam decks, you just can't build them like the Rakdos decks, where they have, like, these very aggressive starts, because you're a Solitude deck. Solitude decks getting your opponent a lot of life. You don't have access to cards like Ragavan. You can play Dauthi Voidwalker, but it's just so much harder for you to have these aggressive starts. You have to kind of lean, I think, more into being a control deck. Benjamin with the 12 months. MTGO with the 3. Thank you. Yeah, I think Fury Band did make Troll a lot better. I agree. Turn 2 Troll's also like really good against Yogg, I think. On the play, at least. Where's Heartless Summoning? Yeah, I think you could play... Let me keep this. I've turned 2 Bowmaster Reprieve up. I predict that in a year or 2, Wizards will ban Cavern. Gemstone Cavern? Do you think Cavern should be considered an axe? I feel like it's not even close at the moment. I think it's kind of a silly, I don't know. Silly thought. But man, I don't know, maybe one day, if you can see the future and there's like, every deck is playing it. P9 pitch spells like Solitude and Force and Dimir Shadow. Your curve is really low to be playing a bunch of pitch spells. You can play some number. Okay, we get to get our revenge against Rhinos. I guess I actually just persist the the troll on turn 2 up against rhinos. Four toughness, definitely worse, but it's going to be nice to just have this big clock plus reprieve up. Also, super okay if they force of negation this, I think. Okay, they pitch a Shardless Agent. Seems like I should fetch end of turn, be able to reprieve Tidebinder. No, it's just too bad if they. I don't really want to use my reprieve on that. Be able to untap Persist plus reprieve potentially. I'm gonna try to persist this grief, I think. And then set up the Shadow Prophecy kind of nicely next turn. They have second force of negation, you know, we can go play Timeless. I think I'll go ahead and persist the footfalls out of their hand here. Is 2 totem better than split with cage? Index can run both. I mean, I'd probably play 2 totems, but you also don't want to play Grafdigger's Cage in your persist deck. If you're talking about this deck. So Breeding Pool mystery card. Rhino's coming down next turn. If I want to try to maybe Shadow Prophecy into Reprieve, I should not get full domain. Nice. Prophecy's really good. I think you'd like the standard format a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna start playing it soon. I'm gonna play the Open in Chicago. Wait, did they draw Violent Outburst? They would have already cast it, right? Fire, sure. Very happy they didn't ice a land here. Another one. Suspends the footfalls again. Probably playing Golgari. Yeah, I saw your list look pretty good. The RCLCQs in US, they're not $100. They're pretty cheap, or like much cheaper than that, like maybe 25. How often do I need to hardcast Solitude plus Reprieve this turn? I think very rarely. I don't think Domain needs to rework the mana base to play the Leyline. I think it needs to play pitch spells. If you're gonna play the Leyline, you need to play Solitude, Grief, or Subtlety to pitch to it, I think. If you do that, I think it'll likely be pretty good. And Grief is maybe like the one you want because it can get like lifelink from Scion. It's also like the best one in these kind of aggressive decks. But that's gonna be like a key part of it, I think. Okay. Now I really wish I shocked, I guess. Yeah, I'm just gonna untap hardcast the Solitude. Certainly do not want to get Tidebinder or Disputed out of this game for no reason. Love to draw another Shadow Prophecy. I would also really like another payoff for the Leyline besides being really good with Scion in that deck. Like, obviously it does enable domains, so like that's not nothing, but I would love for it to do something else. Kind of busted, but I'm not sure if there is something like that. This is coming down in 2 turns. Well, okay, I'm glad I didn't tap out of this Reprieve. Hey, Murktide plus Violent Outburst, good turn. Definitely still ahead. Could lose, of course. I'll try to manifest it, I guess. So spins that Footfalls. New card in hand. Have just Grief right now, but I have this Shadow Prophecy to cast too. Against a possible Violent Outburst, I'd like to Shadow Prophecy main phase. Reading Tidebindered. They must have Tidebinder if they're thinking this long. I would certainly guess, at least. I don't know, could be wrong. So if we think that that's the case, how do we play around that? I'm not sure. Solitude's or Rhinos are coming down too. Could take Mulldrifter plus Binding or Solitude, probably Solitude, with the intention of persisting Troll because it doesn't get Tidebindered here. They also might flash it into trade with Solitude, I'm not sure. Maybe they have Ice? There's another one. Third one. Five-4 triple menace. Yeah, I agree that it seems like Troll is the play here. Sometimes players will telegraph something like Tidebinder there, and then they'll just like pause a lot because they realize they've telegraphed Tidebinder, so they want to pretend like they could have other stuff. Sometimes they're just taking a shit too. You can't really tell. They started to pay costs. We have a Murktide maybe. Let's hold up Hardcast Solitude plus Ephemerate this turn. Save the Drifty. Subtlety. Maybe. They're at least like maybe pretending that's what it is. They'll just do this on their upkeep. Oh, it's time to be a main deck card. I don't know where you've been, but oh, just not Tidebinder Mage to Shinna's Tidebinder. I know I have a couple on the sideboard, but this is a modern staple and seeing a lot of play in the format. Rhinos commonly stockless main deck, 3 or 4, 2 to 4. It's very good against like every deck almost. With like kind of not super good against Rakdos Murktide, but not blank against those decks either. Kind of want the 3rd Shadow Prophecy post board. Let me try a Binding. Tidebinder is pretty good against Murktide post board. Yeah. It's not great. So a lot of times, like you just like aggressively cast it against the bobble triggers and fetch land. Sometimes you still get a 2 for 1. But I agree, it's not a card you're really excited about. Opponent is on a mulligan to 6 here. I'm pretty likely to not crack my fetch turn 1, so I don't get iced into Rhino. I guess they could still ice it into Rhino if they just ice my island end of turn. So maybe I only do that if I draw a fetch land. Although if they do ice into Rhino me, I would really like to still be able to go Solitude Ephemerate on turn 3, so that could be another reason to not fetch, but also getting Xander's Indatha Triome. Okay, well my opponent played a tap land. Now I have overthought everything and wasted precious brain juice. I'm going to fetch a Plains main phase because of Tidebinder. Kind of looks like I don't have counter magic up, but they know about Reprieve. But sometimes people are like just blue brained and they're like, oh, no blue mana, I can cast whatever I want. Green Wire, thank you for the 12 months. Hope you're doing well. Nothing end of turn. It's nice to have Solitude Ephemerate too, where we can feel really comfortable tapping out for this Shadow Prophecy instep. Let's take this land for Sherzies. Ephemerate probably a bit better than Dovin's Veto. Millions of options here. May have to go to discard. What would we discard? A Mulldrifter for Persist? Kind of like that. And then an upkeep crack here. Maybe they just throw a Tidebinder and I get to reprieve it and time walk them. Not quite that lucky. So if I persist the Mulldrifter, I may have to go to discard, of course. Let's just chill. They're missing a land drop, so I can feel a bit more comfortable again about just passing the turn and hitting my land drop. Wonder what their plan is. Just like actual hasn't cast a spell yet. So if they miss their land drop, if they just draw 3 spells in a row, they have to go to discard or play something. Okay, just let them discard. So 0 for 1, baby. Now I have to discard or play something. Okay, so I guess I shouldn't actually have cracked this fetch yet. Okay, let this resolve. I tapped way too much white mana. I cannot believe I just did that, actually. Holy shit, why did I tap so much white? Two blue-brained. Tactical Banana, 4 months. Thank you, welcome back. Okay, this is fine. Do I persist a troll? Let's save the persist, I think. I think this game's going to be out-carding them here. Good chance I want to be ephemerating. Maybe invoke Mulldrifter, persist this one. At 9. It's not the highest life total I've ever been at either. Do not tap for blue sources. White sources. Fuck, I tapped the white source. I just think this Triumph can tap for white. I can't believe I did that again, though. So I have a second Tidebinder here. I'm getting pretty owned. I'm going to go for an Ephemerate on the Mulldrifter that's being evoked, though. And I should probably win this like mini fight. I told you I lost my brain juice. Could go for Grief Scam here. Yeah, let's evoke a Grief. Why that one? The other one goes by 1? I mean, the other one dies if I don't... I can either have a 2-2 to 1-1 or a 1-2-2. Your pick. Wow, what a hand. I feel like I can beat the Rhinos and not the Flames. I have 2 rebounds coming off Ephemerate, actually. Even if they go land, agent, I go Solitude, exile 3 Rhinos, binding the other one. Kind of doing okay. Well, maybe I want to Mulldrifter. I guess I just have all Mulldrifters in hand. Incoming a 4th Flame of a Norn. CZZ, 13 months. Thank you, welcome back. Insidious Roots. I've not seen Insidious Roots yet. Let me take this turn. I'll take a look. Do not leave a white source untapped for Leyline Binding after you hardcast the Solitude in response. Although maybe I should... I guess I should actually Grief first, because I can at least get that other agent, worst case scenario, and then this, like, if they have, like, a removal spell, they use it on this and not my Solitude, which helps me stabilize a bit harder. This does not tap for white. So we did play around... Oh, wait, what? What? Okay, just clarifying, I did target this Grief with Ephemerate. My opponent has chosen to target the Mulldrifter. Was that a misclick? Paid actor? Oh my gosh, I almost did it again. I just used too much brain juice thinking about the Fire Ice. I have a limited amount as is. I guess I should actually target this Mulldrifter, just binding this Rhino token. No, we need both black triumphs because we're a troll deck, I think. I know that there's tension. That's why it's 2 black ones. Okay, they got no cards in their hand. I got nothing but bangers. Yeah, having a 2/2 Mulldrifter to like block their 2/2s is pretty nice. I can't believe they fired my Mulldrifter. They must have thought that's what I was targeting. Happy enough to just trade when they have 1 card in their hand and I have 4 and I'm way up on mana too. And I have Persist in my hand. That's true. Yeah, I would save on brain juice if I had all the red triumphs. All the white triumphs. I mean, I'm gonna target the Mulldrifter. I think I'll just pay full retail here. If they top deck Violent Outburst, it's kind of a pain, but we probably just Solitude one of the 2 tokens. Right, with the 9 months, Nifty with the 15. Thank you, welcome back. This deck suffered a Graveyard Hate. This deck is not very weak against Graveyard Hate. It only targets the 4 persists. Like, we're not an Archon deck, we're not a Mending deck. We have answers to Graveyard Hate, but if our opponents are boarding in a lot of like Leylines and Hearses and stuff, we don't really mind so much. Ice the Triome, love it. Okay, they're playing it out. If their top deck card is Force of Negation, I will offer the exchange here. Time to drift. Guess I don't need blue mana up. I got 1 Dovin's Veto. It's the same as either of these untapped is the same too, since we don't have any red mana. Death by Mulldrifters. Oh no, the Mutavault that beat me game 1, or that was against the last Rhinos match actually. Loran revealed. And creature tokens have tap at a mana of any color. Whenever 1 or more creatures leave your graveyard, make a plant token. And then put a counter on each plant you control. Okay, that card looks fucked up. Is it actually, though? So you're playing like Generous Sands, Troll of Khazad-dm, Street Wraith. You're also playing... You can play Cookbook... This triggers off Cookbook Cauldron, too. No, this card is absurd. This card is insane. Cat Cauldron, yeah. Yeah, not once a turn. They also know it's good because look at this art that they gave it. Look at both arts. Both arts are beautiful. I guess that's not actually the litmus test. Okay, let's troll them. Okay, really absurd card with Cookbook, Daredevil, Cat Oven. Good. Nice with Int. Troll. Wraith. Other creature, cycler, lots of potential, huge board state, and lots of mana on a 2-mana card. Wild. Just kind of stream of consciousness tweeting. Doesn't work with cyclers. You cycle, you put Street Wraith in the graveyard. You put Generous in the graveyard, and then you make them leave the graveyard with like a Licensed Hearse or a card that you put in your deck to make them leave the graveyard. The cyclers are nice to put them into the graveyard, and then you'll make them leave somehow. That's when creatures in a graveyard not access. I know. What is the best way to put creatures in the graveyard besides Cat Oven Cookbook? It's the cyclers. Oh, now the whole chat, now all the comments on Twitter are gonna be like, yeah, you know what it sleeves? Yes, I know. Yeah, with Cauldron too, yeah. Guess they know about my Ephemerates. Yeah, Cauldron also cares about +1 counters. Yeah, this card is really, really, really good, for sure. Dude, they're just dead to this troll. Yeah, it triggers off on dying. Oh, with Bloodghast, too. Yeah, Bloodghast is a really good one. Could reprieve this. I guess I should probably Ephemerate instead. Kind of painful to do this, but I need the other white. And I'm okay with them void walking the troll because I can reprieve it. I guess if they have discard plus the void walker, it's pretty bad. But then we can draw a land and just hardcast the troll. Good for Yawgmoth. Oh yeah, seems very, also probably very good in Yawgmoth. No, it doesn't seem like a good dredge card, but the card is very good. I mean, if they cast the troll, they're also just still losing the race. Oh, there's the binding, too. They do have Reprieve up now. Slapcaster with the 26 months. Hope you're doing well today. Thank you for the resub. It's very nice of you. Okay, let's binding the Voidwalker now. Mount Doom turned off after this next attack. Yeah, I could play it in Yawgmoth, you know, just like a lot of these kind of cards. It's like a lot of cool ideas. Oh, it just busted in Yawg. Okay, so we have an interesting decision point of Ephemerate to block Rag. It's actually not that interesting. We just never can. Oh, okay. Well, they can't do this. Yeah, working with Daredevil. I mean, the card's just sick. Okay, up a game here against Rakdos. I think push in. Thoughtseize is out. Or like Tidebinder a ton. The matchup. Reprieve is kind of mid, but it's a white card. Has its moments. Good against Voidwalker. Can do this Ragavan sometimes. Reprieve the spell back to your hand. There's a ton. The new set is really exciting, y'all. A lot of really new good cards. It'll be a long YouTube video. I may make the video more of a multi-format kind of thing. Kind of talk about implications for all the formats. Just talk about the good cards. Okay, I will be right back.
What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike. What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike.
Okay. Definitely going to keep this. I like that we can play around Blood Moon. I like that we have Scam the Solitude with the Persist, probably. Good hand. We did just draw Shadow Prophecy, which is definitely telling me that I should not just be playing around Blood Moon, but I feel like on the draw, we just have this gift of being able to play around it really well. We should probably accept this gift. Okay, now maybe we end up scamming with the Ephemerate. Andy with the 14 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Sure. Let's get a Xander's Lounge. Or maybe Triome is better. Extra white. Yeah, let's get Triome. Indatha Triome. Okay, one of these is a lounge, one is a Triome, you know. Maybe I should just persist and then keep the Ephemerate up. They don't play that much one-mana removal. They likely would have kept it. There's a chance they would have boarded it out. Cool, got him. Okay. I think with double Persist in my hand before Bowmaster or Voidwalker comes down, let's just go ahead and evoke the Drifter here. And hopefully don't get got by Blood Moon. We do have a bunch of Leyline Bindings and Plains and Island in play. It's probably okay. Okay, I also have Troll of Khazad-dm now to get my Swamp. Yeah, they could have the bolt. Yeah, I know they could have both. They just don't play that many one-mana removal spells. It's usually like 3. There's a good chance they boarded on some of these Outpost board against my kind of deck. So I feel, and I also just have the Persist to get the Solitude back, and I feel like a good time to go for it. They do have the Blood Moon, but we have the Troll, and they must have just drawn that. I guess we grief. I like this deck. Gen Sack with enchantment. Yeah, there's a lot of potential with this so far. I've had a lot of success with the plan to force them to stumble early and lock them out of the game with Blood Moon. Okay, let's take a look. Very interesting list for sure. Living is going to be an interesting matchup. We have Reprieves. We also have just the ability to dump stuff into our own graveyard. Post-board, we've got Ashiok. We get one Dovin's Veto, one Chalice. Not two Tidebinder, not a ton. So it seems really odd to me for you to be playing Breach Unholy Heat and you're not playing Dragon Rend. You're not playing Channeler plus Bauble. These Anarchomancers I think look pretty bad. Could be wrong. Could be wrong, but they don't look that good to me. Like, yeah, I feel like I would just be cutting the Anarchomancers. I kind of get what you're trying to do. They're obviously like nice with Questing Druid. They're nice with Reckless Impulse. You have a couple of 3-mana effects, 3 Stone Rain and Blood Moon that they discount, but they're pretty fragile. And I feel like this deck really would much rather be a DRC Bauble deck. I feel like you maybe just should be cutting the stone or sideboarding Stone Rains, or like not playing. I'm gonna play the Bowmaster now. We know they have Riverwinder in their hand. We don't want them to like pass with mana up, and then we can't Bowmaster into the Riverwinder. I don't think I would play looting in this deck either. I would just be like -2 looting, -1 Stone Rain, or maybe sideboarding the Stone Rains, maybe -1 Reckless Impulse. Maybe -1 Bolt, something along those lines, to get DRC Bauble into this deck. I kind of like sideboarding the Stone Rains. I don't think they're very good in the main deck of Timeless. They actually just have such low curves. I get that you're mostly trying to like blow up basics, but you don't even need 4 if like you feel like you need that kind of effect. So maybe you want to do like -1 Rain, -4 Arcanarments, minus those. It looks cool. I would probably not play the Beseiju too. Like your deck's 16 lands. I guess that's your only non-forest, but I'm worried about just not having forests. Thoughts on the sideboard. Sideboards in Timeless are weird. Yours does look pretty slapped together. For Weather the Storm, I guess there's a lot of that burn deck online. Seems okay. I kind of want to like maybe. I don't know if the Tormod scripts are for Phoenix. I would play like Hearse over that if that's for Phoenix. Could play like Third Veil maybe. Yeah, I kind of just cut like -4 Crypts, -4 Terra Sunder, have the Blood Moons in the sideboard, not the main deck again. Or, you know, iterating again, you know what I mean? Or so not the Blood Moons, the Stone Rains. So Stone Rains in the sideboard. I can't remember which one I just said, but those are the ones I want in the sideboard, the Stone Rains. Pillage just be better. Pillage is not on Arena, so Timeless deck. So Blue's thoughts. Something along those lines again. So opponent's down to 9. We don't know that they've drawn another Cascader, of course, although I guess would they still be cycling? Maybe they would be. Not that far away from just pinging them to death, too. If they go Charlotte's Agent now, we can go double Ephemerate. Ping them, ping Bowmaster. Okay, we could try him, I guess. Then untap, ping them twice. Good draw. Did you draw Violent Outburst plus Force plus blue card? What, no, you didn't? Okay, so now they're just dead to the pings. Whether Terror Centers are for Ring and Necro, they're not worth. I would play Pithing Needle instead, if you want to target those cards. It's 1 mana, and like they don't even get value out of them. You have to play them kind of preemptively, but I don't think that would be a problem. So untap. They must have found Violent Outburst if they haven't conceded. Just go to combat. Make them have the Force. Good job. So I probably have to binding something of theirs, right? Because they have so much power. Reprieve over your mana because it's better. It gets around on counter stuff. It's a white card for Solitude. Such a close game here. I'm at 12. I'm going to have 3 blockers. Block Int, block Riverwinder, block Int. I don't really want to have to block with everything. Take, exile this, take, just dead. Dead. I could get them to 1. I guess I should have gone for end of turn Ephemerate. So I should have gone for end of turn Ephemerate. Okay, binding's out. These 6 cards in. I think I go -2 persist also because I kind of just be like leaving stuff in the yard for the most part. Okay, Bowmaster ping itself. I was counting with Bowmaster ping itself. I have 3 blockers. 3 blockers plus binding puts me still dead. So I conceded. What if we Prophecy instead of Ephemerate there to try to fill graveyard? Yeah, I guess we should have done that. I just kind of assumed. Oh no. My standing desk just got unplugged somehow. Horrible RNG. My card with the setup's kind of low. Yeah. I think it's okay for Solitude though. We have 13. Not that bad. You don't need a Solitude very early at all. Doesn't he lose a 2 Ephemerate draw for turn with Bowmaster? I'm dead. My opponent is doing this end of turn. I'm just, they're gonna untap and kill me. I don't know how many times I can say this. They also have the food tokens from Ent. Yeah, I think going for Reprieve makes sense. Yeah, we have to go for Reprieve. Have to have Force plus blue card, is what it is. I'm tired of Cascade.deck. I mean, I tend to prefer playing against Rhinos to Living End, but it's okay. Yeah, Archon very nice in this matchup for sure. It's kind of solos them. 1 unmarked grave. So his hand's close. I kind of like it. We need to draw a land. Only 18 creatures to hit, but still to be huge. I mean, 18's a lot. I don't know. Is it not a lot? Get Indatha Triome so I could draw a Reprieve. Because I don't want to get my troll griefed. Archon of Ephemerate is really good in this matchup. Yeah, I bet. Just chatting. Maybe I've taken a draw step, actually. See, like, if we draw land. Oh, Archon of Mary, I see. Yeah, all Archon's good against them. All Archon's good all the time. I guess if I put a Grief side, Solitude the Grief. And then, do I pitch the Veto? Probably pitch the other Solitude, and they take the Veto, though. Scred is tier 0 again. Okay, give me a second. Did not draw the land like we were hoping. Oh, this card. It's pretty bad, I think. Cast the Bowmaster. Cycles Riverwinder in response. Okay. Try to draw land here. Ideally a blue source. Another 3-drop, I guess. We should have mulliganed. I feel okay about the keep. It's okay. Also draw Chalice. So that's not most relevant. If I could double Solitude here, we'd be okay. I think we're just, lose to a Cascader. Okay, 2-1. Why Indatha over Xander's at the time? So I could draw Reprieve, which I said, I think. And Xander's didn't like. I was Spacing Swamp. What's in the tank here, huh? Back in my day living, it was the Turbo Blood Moon Full Banner deck, custom Demonic Dread, and we liked it. Yeah, Simeon Spirit Guide was a crazy card in Living End. Is a Mentor deck too far behind to be a decent tempo deck? I mean, it's just the problem with Mentor is your plan is to like unearth a Monastery Mentor and then cast a ton of cantrips, right? That's how the deck works. And that plan is just so awful against Orcish Bowmasters. It is just, and it's tough to like have a ton of answers for that card too. Okay, my opponent has a decision here on my upkeep for taps. What will they do on my upkeep here? What will they do? Timeless Mentor looting Unearth. Is Unearth on Arena? Guess you could be red-white with Helping Hand. Sounds fun. Could play DRC plus Bobble plus Breach. Play Cruise. Probably have to play Cruise. Play Just Guy. Okay, I've played my Indatha Triome. Now my opponent is Unearth is already. Cool. Will they evoke Solitude? Will they? I don't know. I don't know if they just showed up or if they're playing faster. Just gonna have this up for a second. I drew Bowmaster. I'm pitching Bowmaster. Gonna go for Persist. It's a pretty good hand against my plan. If they take both Bowmasters. Tournament now. I don't know. My opponent just it's like 2 minutes. Sometimes my opponents take 2 minutes and then I just put this up and then all of a sudden they magically start playing faster. I'm not sure that's what's happening here. But it is they did take 2 minutes to take a game action. Then I put the hand hider up, and then all their game actions have been a lot faster. So I don't know. I'm just gonna take it down and just hope that they continue to play quickly, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, I could be a little placeboing myself here a bit. When did they slow down now? I don't know. You would think maybe. Yeah, correlation, not causation, of course, but I'm gonna take the Fable here. So I'm gonna leave them with the Grief so they can't scam the Voidwalker. It's like a Rectus opponent this league, right? Beat him the first time. They did look like got a lot of options for it to play. Did it? They just had like land 3/2 drops. I guess like decision to grief or not to grief. It's okay. Yeah, we don't correlation, not causation. Just running some experiments there. Don't need to worry about it too much. Then his grief mystery card. Good, top 5. There's a Leyline Binding and Ephemerate, I think. And his Grief mystery card. Experimenting. Just experimenting. Yeah, I think we're just binding the Dothim. And his Grief, 2 mystery cards. Shocks and Blood Crypt. We'll Reprieve this and then Ephemerate the Grief. Oh, we know this snipe. We don't know that my opponent's sniping. Sometimes I just like to, when my opponents take like 2 minutes to show up, do nothing. Sometimes I just like to put the hand hider up for a second to see if they start to play faster. And that has been what's been happening so far. So I'm just gonna see, does my opponent keep a 6-card hand, and do they play quickly with this hand hider up? What's the correlation here? I don't know. Menu of the 9 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Again, we'll just see. It'll just be a weird correlation. Just testing the waters here. We get ghosted pretty often, I think, but it's just when you're ghosting and you're also just taking 3 minutes to log into the stream and look at the hand. Not that that's what's happening here, but happens. It definitely does happen, probably every day. Just if you're gonna ghost faster. Did everybody see that? Did y'all see that, or did I just see that? My whole face got all pixelated. Almost my filter, my Reed Duke hair filter got messed up for a second. Yeah, I'm using it. I've actually shaved my head. I'm using a filter to look like Reed. Thanks, Smitty, with the 9 months. Audio's been dropping every second for a minute or so from here. Is it just you or other people? I remember the Hat Redemption. Esther asked me about the Hat Redemption the other day. So it seems like we just are playing against slow scam player. Maybe. Can we get them to take a game action? Oh, it's funny. I have Moxfield and Cool Stuff inverted on these two scenes. Why is that? I don't remember doing that. Moxfield, cool stuff, Moxfield. 5% off for all your orders on coolstuffinc.com using code SPIKE, and you help support the stream. And you can go to Moxfield to support your streamer, host your deck list, post your deck list, share your deck lists. I think my 6 is keepable, or 7 is keepable. It's a weird one. Recommend Moxfield. Yeah, I like it a lot. They're really nice to work with. I think they are a great deck list hosting site. They're awesome. Moxfield's great. In Minneapolis, and I was so tired. I was barely awake. I had played Sealed for like 12 hours before that. Doom with the 43 months. Let's go, dude. I think Moxfield on top is better layout. Yeah, I kind of agree. Is it Canister that has the slow scam player list? How tired was I? I was terrible. I'm getting audio drops too. Maybe it's when I'm switching between the hand hiders and not. It just like cuts out for a second. Okay, well here's the hand. We can cast Binding on turn 2. We can evoke Solitude if we need to. We have basic plans against the Blood Moon deck. Yeah, I think we've had 17. I think Bada and Doom set it up for me, and I've done nothing for it. Spice to the 34. Thank you. Welcome. Also, hi, Hitachi. And thank you to everybody who's sitting and just hanging out, you know. Some people come here to watch Magic. Some people like to watch a scam player take 4 minutes to mulligan their opening 7. But it's okay. It's okay. Some people are just double queuing. It's all just a part of life, all part of Magic Online. You have me a emote, I can add emotes. Sounds dangerous, Doom. I don't know if I can trust you with all that power. No one Doomwake should have all that power. Yeah, I'm loving the Dino lands. I've had them in like almost all my decks lately. Might grief them next turn. To get a glimpse of Athena, me too. She's been so moody lately. She's like, I just want to be outside all day. Oh, I want to be pet all day. I want to play all day. It's just all over the place. Yeah, I got leaked pre-recorded streams from the glitch there. Biting now to play around scam card, maybe? We'll see what we draw after my opponent decides to do on my upkeep here. What will they do here on my upkeep? Surgical or Marsh Flats? I'm gonna go Binding and Grief, pitch Grief. Draw Persist. Yeah, kind of worried about this card, Fable. Now the hand's pretty bad. Did anybody clip the webcam glitch? I don't know. I might want to like YouTube short it or something. Wait. Oh, I was like, wait. It's their turn. It's their turn. They have 3 cards in their hand, but I know they're 3 cards. What was their draw for a turn? How do they only have 3 cards? It's because they also have a stop on their upkeep. I don't understand why all of the slow Rakdos players, it's always Rakdos, and they always have upkeep stops on both players. Like, does Magic Online default upkeep stop you? I just don't understand. Oh, they drew Grief. So to Solitude. Like, I don't think Magic Online has a default upkeep stop. Does it? I don't know. We maybe need to make a new account and check. It must, right? Oh, they didn't do the Thoughtseize first. Oh, they did. No, they did. They did. They did. Oh, cast Thoughtseize first. I see. And they took the wrong card. I think. Or I guess they're just gonna Thoughtseize the other one. Oh, they pitched the Thoughtseize. So their hand is Malik Rebirth, Molten, Collapse. For me, it must. Yeah, it must just have default all stops. There's no way like all the Rakdos players are like this. So they play that Malakir Mire. Their hand is Molten Collapse Mystery card. If we draw land and that mystery card was Bowmaster, we could be in for a World of Pain, Donnie. Or not Donnie. Who was it that was entering a World of Pain? The Pacifist. Someone in chat knows, I'm sure. This is Magic Online! This isn't Nom, this is Magic Online, there are rules! Because we have Swamp Plains. Binding that. Because we get the other Triome. The Nihilist? No, it was whoever Walter was beating at playing against in the at bowling. Smokey. Yeah, Smokey was entering a World of Pain because he was over the line. He was over the line, damn it. and he was the only one that gave a shit about the rules. Nobody else cared, just like me. I'm Walter. I'm the only one that cares about the rules on Magic Online. Yeah, maybe it was the kid. Yeah, Walter did threaten a lot of people in that movie, so yeah, it could have been anybody that was entering a World of Pain, really. It could have been anybody. Anybody in chat? Kind of dark, but anybody in chat entering a World of Pain? I guess we're running that out. So I'll probably main phase this Shadow Prophecy and miss my land drop and not be able to reprieve. Okay, never mind. Still main phase. I might want to like persist Grief. Okay, just take 2 more dig through times. Reprieve this economy. Reprieve is great right now, I think. It's good against Titan, it's good against Rhinos, it's good against Living End, it's okay against Yawgmoth. It's okay against, you know, it's not never like terrible. Pitches to Solitude. Okay, take Leyline Binding Solitude. They Shieldred, I will think end of turn Shadow Prophecy, then answer it in the upkeep with one of these. Want a Jam Drifter? Shadow Prophecy just sees 5 cards instead of 2. And I need to find like a very specifically a Solitude or Persist or Binding to like answer this, and so I want to dig. Yeah, so I guess I... Oh. Okay, maybe the swamp does look like a plains. Maybe the swamp does look like a plains, huh? I'm gonna go for Grief here. You know, this is kind of the nice thing about playing this deck is that people board in all these ley lines against you. Okay, let's get a 4-1 prediction going. Up against, I'm gonna keep. We're up against Gigantha. Gigantha on a Mold of 5. I'm gonna grab Xander's Lounge turn 1, I think. Yeah, I'm entering my prelim gamer arc. Yeah, I'm gonna try to stream it. Try to do a longer stream. Maybe if I like. Maybe if I lose round 1, I'll just play the rest off stream or something. We'll see. What's on a Gigantha, Wooded Foothills, 5-card hand. Could be Inti Asmo. Yeah, I'm just trying to grind QPs. I'm like really like typically I would just like if I have the time, if I'm free that day, I'll just play the Ooh. If I have time, I'll play in the showcase. But now I kind of just want to try to play every showcase. I just want to play all of them, if possible, as many as I can at least. Gonna like really try to seriously tournament grind here. Wait, is that Inti Tribal Flames? Yeah, rather than binding the Grief Suck and binding their binding. Okay, if they play the Inti, of course. Even Vintage? Why not? I don't know. I mean, Vintage is like very fun to play, but just net deck and have a good time. So like Domain Zoo with Inti. White Swords would be awesome here. Oh wait, I don't even need it. I just get to go. Response. Our opponent gets Elesh Norn as Reprieve plus Grief. I guess Elesh Norn is also just not that common. I really don't like NT if you're just like, NT's just a good 2. It's just a 2-2, a good honest 2-2 that I'm gonna trigger it when I attack, you know. Just not that into it. I'm gonna save the Ephemerate, not gonna draw step it. We draw land, it's game over. Probably closer to game over already, to be honest. Set up for this next turn. So we can take the Persist and Persist the Drifter. Main phase of the fetch because we've seen Tidebinder. Don't really care if they remove the Grief. I don't need to hold up Ephemerate. How's your Tron matchup? I think our Titan matchup's better than Tron. Having access to Ashiok in the sideboard is like focused on Titan, not focused on beating Tron. Solitude also way better against Tron. Binding way better against Tron. Or sorry, both of those better against Titan than Tron. But there's also not a lot of Tron in the metagame. I've barely played against it in recent memory. This is a fun interactive game for sure. I had fun. I interacted. Put also Mold to 5. Did you have fun? If Arena asked me, did you have fun? I would smiley face for sure. Probably have a removal spell here. Still cast it. Look, interaction. Can't believe they drew that. Toxic Streamer. Toxic Streamer. You're really wanting people to reconsider opinion of Oak Roll changes by these decks? I don't know, brother. I'm 3-3 on the day. Let's pump our brakes a little bit. Yeah, they watch Spike go 3-3. They really should have reconsidered how the evoke rule changes. I do think this deck's good though. I'm liking it. Play explosives against them? Probably not. Bowmasters also probably okay, kind of mediocre. Yeah, rule change was also just dumb. They just should have banned Grief instead of Fury. Tidebinder's pretty good against Kavu. Kind of don't want to be playing all these Shadow Prophecies either. Something like this. Give it a go. He has a lot of good draws. Let's keep it. Did you ever like the black-white scam Stuffridge builds? Nah. They were like always clearly worse than like any other build, I feel. They're very cool though. I think that's where like the term scam came from, right? Or some people think scam stands for Stoneforge Card Advantage Machine or something like that. This time we're just go Kavu in response to the trigger, yeah. Although if they play Kavu here, I'm probably going to Solitude Ephemerate. Pitch Binding, hold up Reprieve. I guess I'll also do that for this. So they don't have the domain. I think that's made up post fact. I don't know, maybe. Just a nice little lore. I don't, I'm not married to it. I think it's either that or Pascal Maynard calling the deck a scam, the red black version. AT Call 36 months, happy 3 years. Welcome back. When Solitude is not blocked, conjure a copy of Lightning Helix to your hand. Cast it for free, targeting your opponent. Do I persist Troll, or do I get more domain? Probably persist Troll. Well, now I guess I can go grab either Triome, then persist Troll, and then be set up to Tidebinder or Prophecy next turn. Should we try playing Young Pyromancer Solitude? I don't know why. Probably Archetypus Red Book Brawl. Yeah, it might have been Pascal. I know the first time I ever saw Red Black, like Fury, Grief, Undying Effects was from him. So they're gonna Binding me. I'm gonna Tidebinder the Binding probably. Obviously, Tidebinding the Kavu is juicy, but they probably can't really afford to attack with this anyways. Yeah, I just don't think they're attacking with this for me to Tidebinder it. Auto battlers, referring to minions or comps that cheese the opponents of engaging in traditional terms. Interesting. Auto battlers are pretty fun. Haven't gotten too deep into any one of them, but would be down to play one. Okay, no removal spell. They would have to play 2 creatures, I guess, but 2 creatures doesn't work because they just deck with everything. Okay, 2/3 into 4/1. I'm gonna go ahead and join the prelim with this list. We're gonna also play a league. Let's get some more reps in. I feel like this.